What's up, everybody? Welcome back to On the Warpath. It's Sanchez 405. If you're new, make sure you click that subscribe button. Hit the bell so you get notifications anytime there's new content posted. And as always, like, comment, share this video out because you know what we do here, family. We talk about the Washington Commanders all the time. And Thursday Night Football, another primetime embarrassment for the boys in burgundy. Well, excuse me, the boys in black as the Chicago Bears come through and the Midway Terrors tear us a new one, 40-20. And before I get into it, rest in peace to Dick Butkus, the monster of the Midway, one of those monsters of the Midway, one of the best linebackers in NFL history, passed away Thursday. And the Bears, they played some inspired ball for number 51. As they came up in here, they had their backs against the wall. And we knew that coming in. You know, they had put that in our peripherals. And then, you know, we go into that sunken place. We're like, oh, God, we might be the get-back team. A team that lost 14 games in a row. 0-4. Just had a loss. They were up by 25 points on the Denver Broncos at home. And their coach might have been fired if they didn't win this game. They fought for Matt Eberflus. They came out there, and they did it, and they win. We did not want this game, and they took it from us. They could smell it. That our guys did not come out there, whether they were still gassed from overtime or whatnot, which kind of brings up that point. A lot of past wounds kind of come out here. Chicago goes up 27-3 at the half, scoring on all 5 of their offensive possessions. Touchdown, field goal, touchdown, field goal, touchdown. We had a turnover there. Sam threw a pick. This defense is terrible. That's where I'm going to start at. There's no accountability on the defense. There's no aggressiveness. This defense is so gone conservative that it makes Fox News Channel look like BET. That's how conservative Jack Del Rio has been with this defense. Now, I know he took a risk with Kendall Fuller at the end and wound up getting burned by DJ Moore, our daddy, another guy who came, another Maryland Terp, who had a homecoming and was treated like a regular-ass dude. We see this too many times. We saw it last week. A.J. Brown was treated like a dude with Emmanuel Forbes on him. It kept on getting beat in submission. But you know what? They let him take his lumps last week, but they benched him this time. I don't get it. With Emmanuel Forbes, whatever. That's beyond the point. The linebacker play, terrible. This elite defensive line that we had, where were they? They did get a couple sacks at time. Chase looked good in that third quarter, but the bottom had already fallen because the defense was terrible in the first half. And it continued. There was no adjustments. We couldn't stop by. Do y'all realize that we gave up 5 scores on the first 5 drives, like I said, and then against the Eagles on Sunday, they scored on their last 6 out of 7 drives. So if you do that, that's scoring on 11 of 12 drives. Since the last drive of the second quarter until the second half of this game. That's abysmal. And then you have Ron saying, like, well, we're going to look at the tape. We got to do evaluation. We got to do this. We got to do that. We know that. We've been saying that. There becomes accountability time. That we still make the same sloppy mistakes over and over again. That we're not putting the guy. I don't believe it's for a lack of talent. I think it's a lack of the potter, the clay maker, the coaching. Like I told you, this team doesn't play chess. It doesn't play checkers. They play Connect Four. And guess what? The plastic bottom just fell out all over them. It's unacceptable. This is embarrassing. This is one of the worst losses I have, like being a fan. It was reminiscent of when we went up to the Motor City in 2009. And we lost to Detroit to end their streak. And that was their get-right game. We always seem like we're the get-right team. But the fact that you continue to treat these top receivers like they're just regular old dudes, that's unacceptable. That you don't give them the respect that they need. He could have had 4 touchdowns. He could have beat Danny Johnson in there. I mean, the defense, we look at some of these stats here, y'all, and, they were doubling up on time of possession in the first half. They were, as a team, they were 7 of 15, so over 50% there. Net total of 450 yards. And a lot of this is in the first quarter. 178 yards on the ground combined. And, they were making Herbert, the Virginia Tech product, they were making him look like he was going to be the next Adrian Peterson. He was, until he got hurt. He was averaging 7.6 yards a carry. 10 on 10 attempts. Between, and for you fantasy guys out there, DJ Moore, Justin Fields, according to CBS, they combined for 89 fantasy points. So if you had both of them on your team, good for you. If you had one of them, you're sitting pretty. Cole Kmet, he had a touchdown. He almost fumbled the ball too. That's another thing. We still have not forced a turnover. We have not forced a turnover since what? When we had that pick of Josh Allen, it really was, it's more like a punt. So we haven't had a meaningful turnover since the Denver game. I'm thinking about that properly. Yes, since Jamin Davis had that fumble on Russ Wilson. That is atrocious, y'all. There needs to be accountability. I'm tired of hearing Ron's excuses about this, about we're going to look at this, we're going to self-evaluate. And then hit how deflating was his comments coming out of the locker room. Although I thought the offense put together, and that's another thing we're going to get to on the offense. Let's just get into it right now. But Jack, I'm done with Jack. Jack, I'm done. Ron, I like you as a person, but the writing's on the wall. The writing is on the wall. You're kind of holding us hostage right now. But on offense, y'all, Sam Howell threw the ball 51 times. Because of the defense, and then also it is criminal to the point of how they ignore the run. It is criminal. Like there literally should be an investigation. There needs to be an internal investigation. Like I think they need to send the DEA in there to figure out what's going on, why we can't run the ball. Like it's a crime that EB doesn't want to run the ball. I just 6 times. I get we were in a hole. I get it. 6 times for 10 yards. He just doesn't want to do it. He's from the Andy Reid school of thought where we're going to throw it across the yard. Another thing that was criminal. How does Terry McLaurin only manage 4 targets? He had 1 in the first half for 3 yards and a reception. He had 1 reception and 1 target. He had 10 last week. He had 10 against Philadelphia. How'd that game go? It's a little close, right? He only had 5 in this one, 49 yards. But somehow we found Logan Thomas, who had a fumble too for trying to do too much. I get he's fighting for extra yards, but he actually cost you some momentum. He finished with 11 targets, 9 receptions for 77 yards and a touchdown. Curtis Samuel added 1 and 2. He was 1 or 2 of the 2 touchdowns that we had. And you look at the net total yardage, all the net total yardage was Sam Howell's 388 yards passing. But you got to take some of that off because he got sacked 5 more times. He's got 29 sacks to his register. And how many times did this line, thank God this defensive line for the Bears wasn't that good, even though they got to him 5 times. Because they probably could, if it was anybody else's defensive line, they probably would have got to him 10 times. And we could have had a Buffalo Bills situation. Like, my gosh, y'all. I can't explain how bad this loss was. It's an unacceptable loss. Like, this is the type of loss that somebody's head needs to roll, that somebody needs to be finally held accountable. Whether it's Ron Rivera, whether it's his defensive staff, they need to be held accountable. EB needs to be held accountable. And his offensive staff. This was a whole... See, the perfect thing about this is it wasn't just one person. It was a total team collapse. A total team collapse. And then you got 10 days to think about it. Then you go to Atlanta. But it's kind of funny. We were talking about, we had people coming in and talking about, we could go 5-2, start the streak. And now look at us. We got people ready to jump off the ship. I mean, this is my team. This is our team. We did nothing today. Kudos to the Bears. Kudos to the Bears. They wanted it more. They came out there and played. They went out there and played for Matt Eberflus. A team that had Washington-like things going on. They had a former defensive coordinator's house raided. They were on an emotional high. They gave up a huge lead, but they put it together, comes to our house, throw the feet, knock down the doors, throw their feet on the table, eat the milk and cookies, crap in our floors, and then they say, you gonna clean this mess up, we going home. We took everything you got. And you still couldn't do anything with us. But y'all, I'm tired of grandstanding here. I guess the good thing was Sam got a 300-yard game. Woo. And we saw their punter a couple of times. Joey Slybus field goal there. It ain't all on him, but he's becoming a liability too. Yeah, I mean, ain't much, y'all. But I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. We in this together. On to Atlanta. The next stop. As Commanders fall once again 40-20 on the blackout night. Yeah, go throw those things in the garbage. As we fall to 1-3 in those uniforms. So, done seeing them. Don't want to see them no more. But we do see them one more time against the New York Giants. Whoop-de-dee. Anywho, y'all tell me what you think. Who did you like? Do you give? We don't give game balls out here when we lose. So I don't think anybody needs. If anything, I need to get a pink slip check. Who gets your pink slip? Who should get a pink slip? Or does anybody get one? I think Ron's still going to be here. Magic Johnson. You said we didn't want it. Magic Johnson was lighting us off on Twitter, y'all. He was talking about the team. He lit the team up on Twitter because of this. Didn't come prepared. Didn't look ready. Now go see it. He ain't lying. What Arsenio Hall say up in Coming to America? He ain't lying. He definitely ain't lying. How frustrated are you? And when is enough enough? Y'all tell me in the comments. And give me game balls, some positives y'all saw. Like I said, Sam hit his 300-yard game. Whatever. Logan Thomas had a good game outside that fumble. Had good receiving yards. And Curtis Samuel continues to do his thing. But there are some criminal things on that offense side of the ball. Terry's not getting targets. Jahan's lacking targets. And the blatant disrespect and disregard for the running game. But, y'all, I appreciate you. I love you. Till next time. I'm Sanchez 405. We keep that same damn energy, even though it's angry, pissed off energy. And hopefully we can outlast the bastards together. Till next time. Love, peace, and ham. I'm out of here.